allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. There's some seats in the front, unless you guys want to sit in front of the class. Okay. All right. Roll call please.
Councilwoman Bozak here, Councilwoman Graves here, Councilman McGraw,
Here.
Councilwoman McCarr here, Councilman Loving here.
All right, approval of minutes for July 10th, 2024 meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second. Roll call please.
Councilwoman Bozak.
Yeah.
Councilwoman Graves.
Yes.
Councilman McGraw,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarr,
Yes. All right.
Councilman Loving.
Yes.
Reports. Court treasurer. Well, do you have anything about this report? Council?
No.
Right. Clay, do you have anything about this? All right. Engineer.
Yes, I have two items to report on. First is this current year's CCMG project. You can see the paving around town. That is the 2023-2 paving project. Just a couple items about it. There's just a little bit of punch list work left to be done. For example, one item that we asked was kind of change the scope just a little bit, is that there is a blocked culvert on the south side of Haglin that I think is contributed to a lot of the flooding that you've seen on the south side of Haglin. That is going to get replaced. They're supposed to be doing that, I think, on the 23rd. It might be the 23rd or 24th. Anyway, so they're again, a little bit of constant work, but that's, hopefully that'll have a good improvement to the water flow on the south side of Haglin. Because of that changing of the scope of the work, they did ask for just a slight time extension on the contract. And we just agreed to that. So at the next town council meeting, I'll probably have a change order for that time change. And then also, we're gonna be under budget on this project. I can't say right now how much, but you know, you'll get some of that money, you know, back to your, you can reallocate it, you know, to other things. Let's see. And I did bring with me an invoice. The contractor's invoice was for last month. I did not have it ready for your town council meeting last month because I was away for the holiday, July 4th holiday. So it's not included in the pay vouchers. So what this is it's a partial payment. We'll still be getting some more invoices from them. It's a total invoice of $323,837.61. I included with this a letter from the recommending approval. So since I don't think it's included, it should be included in your pay vouchers. It sounds like at some point in this meeting, you just might need to make us. Yes, of course. You just might need to make a motion to pay that, whether that be during the good of the order or whatnot. And at the bottom of the letter, it gives the invoice to date for each of the locations. And then the next item is then the next year's cycle of the grant application. We put in that application before the deadline for that was July 31st. We identified 19 locations, and the town, and we assist the town with rating all the streets. There's like a number that's given, it's called the Paisley score. Streets are rated from a 1 to 10, 10 being the best and 1 being the worst. And so to pick out the locations, we go through that list, see what the Pacer rating is. And then, you know, we try to go from worst to best. And so anyway, so for this next paving cycle, we identified 19 locations. It is about 2.5 miles total paving. The engineer's estimated cost on that is $788,000. If it's awarded, the town gets a 75% grant on that, which means the state would award the town 591,000. And then the rest, coming from the town side. I don't recall exactly when you find out if you got that grant. And so far, Burns Harbor, every time that they've applied, they've gotten a grant. So fingers crossed, they'll get approved for it again. But I think that comes out in October. Don't quote me on that. So those two items consist of my report. Do you have any questions on the things that I reported through?
With the work that's still being done on Hadlin, because the punch list, that's why all the orange cones are still out on the side of the road. So once they figure the punch list, then they'll get rid of all.
Yes.
Yes, just wanted to make sure.
Make a motion to approve, project IN 230001.03, pay the amount of $323,837.61.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call please. Councilman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilman Graves,
Yes.
Councilman McGraw,
Yes.
Councilman McCarr,
Yes.
Councilman Loving.
Yes.
And if I may, I'd just like to make a little clarification. That number that you read on there, that's my company's project number. So don't be confused by that. It's for the pay application for the 2023-2 CCMG project. Just for clarification.
Thank you for clarification.
Go to the fish count. Joel, is this your first town council meeting with us?
Yes.
Welcome. Do you have anything to report for us or? The building report is in our mailbox.
The inspection's going okay. No issues. Any questions for us?
All right, street.
Good evening, council, residents, how's it going? I don't have a lot, we're still keeping up with our brush every Monday for the season. There was an issue with the bore line that we had discovered in the stormwater pipe on Hagland. NIPSCO was out the other day and it's been determined that it's a water line, it's not an NIPSCO line, so American Water will be notified. So that's good. Hazard's not there anymore. We're just getting stuff ready for the fall. It's coming quick. Leaf season will be here before we know it. So we're just getting everything maintenance and just going through, getting ready. That's all I got really until the fall season started. We're just keeping up with our basics right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
The generator. Circle R, once they get the truck fixed, that will bring it back to us, we'll bring it back to you.
Yeah, they said it was gonna be a few days, but obviously it's a little longer,
Yeah.
so I just told them to put it back by our lot
Okay,
somewhere.
perfect.
We'll take care of it and store it for further discussion.
Commercial. Jeremy.
My report's pretty self-explanatory with everything that we had going on in July. I think really the only thing I'd like to touch bases on is yesterday's traffic control, I guess, whatever you want to call it. So with the closing of I-94 in both directions, there are absolutely nothing we can do to alleviate that amount of congestion that gets dumped into Burns Harbor. So what we ended up with is every roadway was just a standstill, no matter what we did. We had 3 officers that were on, one of them which is being trained. I came in to assist when things were starting to get worse, if that was possible. We resulted 2 traffic crashes due to the congestion. We tried to direct traffic the best we could. We understand there was a lot of complaints about semis on Hagland Road. Problem we came into is the more trucks we stopped, the worse the traffic got.
Couple of them resulted in while we were on traffic stops, then we had other citizens that were driving through citizens' yards on Haviland Road to get around them. When we tried to then stop this same semi trucks on 149, same thing, all the congestion. We ended up having to stopping the semis because some citizens thought it was in their best interest to start traveling southbound in the northbound lanes of State Road 149 crossing over the I-94 overpass. So we thought it was probably more imperative for us to keep drivers in their own lanes as opposed to stopping those semis. However, one of the 4 semis that were cited on Haglund Road, they believe that our police department set up all those truck drivers to get tickets because the highway was closed and they only had one way to go. They're indicating Haglund Road was the only way of travel. I just kind of wanted to be clear that US Highway 20, State Road 149, US Highway 12, all of those roadways were open during that time. And in no way did we direct semis onto Haglund Road at any point in time. That's all I got. Traffic's much better today.
Thank you, Salem. Thank you. Fire chief, Ryan, not here. Okay.
And
Anybody have a?
we're gonna have to work too. No,
Okay.
I just have for good of the order for him.
All right. Sanitation, Adam.
We finally got the new flow meter installed into lift station 2. Gas Motor will be out here on Friday to get the final telemetry hooked up. We're having issues with the flow meter and the SCADA communicating, so Gas Motor will be here Friday to rectify that. And everything's good, everything's working like it should, everything's flowing like it should. And same with stormwater, everything's great. Thank you to Brendan and the guys who finally gave me a place to put my generator, lift station 1. Over by Shady Side, we have our lift station there, and there was no place to park the generator, backup generator, without it being in a roadway. So, while I was on vacation, Brandon and the boys gave me a spot to actually place that generator. So thank you guys very much for doing that. I do appreciate it. So other than that, I'm done.
I'd like to add to MS4. I do believe Global's still having outfall structures throughout town currently, and I'm gonna be getting some quotes ready for street sweeping into this fall.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. Yes, I'll get ready for the fall, so we're gonna be getting quotes for cleaning out again for October-ish.
Okay. All right, Hartford Keller.
Hi, hello, everybody. Nice to see everybody out there. I only have one thing. The beach is only going to be open for swimming on the weekends, 10 to 6 through Labor Day weekend. After that, it will be closing for the season. So that's my update.
All right, short and sweet.
Yep.
RDC.
All right, the RDC met prior to this meeting and we awarded the transportation planning service contract to Global Engineering. We are also going to be working to coordinate with the park for the park has set the date for the town picnic this year, which will be September 22nd. We also plan on doing the trail opening on the same day, as hopefully everything falls in line and everything is there and ready to go. So Brandon, I'll need to coordinate that with you. Wanted to make sure we get like the weeds and stuff done on the side, so that way everything, matches up with everything that's there. And then you should be probably hearing from Gary up soon in regard to placing and getting the amenities for the trailhead.
They're all built, they just need to come pick them up.
Yeah, they just need to come
install.
pick them up, so hopefully they'll be coming to pick them up soon. They're working on their punch list, everything is almost done, everything's going great with the trail development.
All right, shared ethics representative, I have an audience, so we are looking for a representative for our shared ethics advisory commission. They meet every other month. It needs to be a resident, non-employee, non-elected official. So if anybody wants to get involved, we have that spot open. Correspondence?
Yeah, there are two. IDEM notice of public comment for Monosol Duman plant was sent on July 16th. And IDEM notice of public comment US Steel Midwest plant was sent on July 17th.
Presentations or presentation of resolutions and ordinances?
All right, number one is resolution 2024-05 appropriations transfer. So this has to be read in full. Resolution 2024-05 Town of Burns Harbor appropriations transfer. Be it hereby resolved by the Town Council of the Town of Burns Harbor, Porter County, Indiana, that the following transfers of funds be made from the 2024 budget. General maintenance, $500 from instruction 3-311 into gravel 3-232. 1,000 from travel expenses 3-131 into other supplies 3-243. General town, $2,375 from engineering 01-315 into cell phone 1-128. $17,803.73 from engineering 01-315 into audit of books 1-312. And $155 from legal services 1-314 into freight 1-321. 1,000 from other equipment 1-444 into telephone 1-323. Sewage, $377.25 from travel, 12-131 into audit books, 12-312. $700 from instruction, 12-311 into other supplies, 12-243. 3,000 from miscellaneous services, 12-392 into sludge, 12-392. Is that right? It's the same account number from and to. There may be an error there on that one. General fire 575 from travel expenses 4-131 into cell phone 4-128. 2,500 from miscellaneous services 4-392 into equipment repairs 4-362. Park 3,000 from insurance 9-342 into teen wages 9-114. $512.99 from insurance 9-342 into building materials 9-231. 1,000 from insurance 9-342 into miscellaneous services 9-392. And $475 from gasoline 9-221 into oil 9-222. $16.20 from gravel 9-232 into stationery 9-212. And the general marshal's fund 3,000 from subscription 2-391 to miscellaneous services 2-392. So I'll make a motion to adopt pending the correction of the third transfer on sewage, just to correct. I think it's gonna be, I don't know if it's the two from one or the two lines. So pending the correction of that number, motion to adopt.
Second. Discussion. Roll call please.
Councilman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilman Drapes. Yes. Councilman McGrath,
Yes.
Councilman Carr,
Yes.
Councilman Lovett.
Yes. All right, resolution 2024-06 amendment to 2024 salary and wages. That does not need to be read in full. Motion to adopt.
Second.
Roll call, or sorry, discussion. Roll call please.
Councilman Bozak. Yes. Councilman Drapes.
Yes.
Councilman McGrath,
Yes.
Councilman Carr,
Yes.
Councilman Lovett.
Yes. Number 3 was ordinance 324-2024. It was advertised one day too late in order to hit the number, so that one is going to continue to September. That's all for that person.
Alright, new business, staff anniversaries, we have Roy McCormick, down at the building department, she's been here for 23 years. Yay, Lord. Number 2, auction of the whole generator, we just need to get it back from Circle R.
Get it back
first.
and get a value.
When we do that, can we also put together from if building has something that they need to be auctioned, if, yeah, because then we can advertise it once and we can do all in one. If Park has anything that they need to auction, can we get it all together and,
Sounds good. Yep.
okay, so. Can you guys just email me a list or email all of us a list of basically what you think needs to go and what? And then we can go from there, but we can just do one big auction then. Do you want to, can you do it, Brandon?
Yeah. I'll get everything together.
I mean, we every day when about the generator, so.
You kind of whisper for that.
You're in charge. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
We're just gonna do all in one then, because it's just gonna be easier.
So is the new generator completely installed and everything's?
No.
No.
They have to, I got an email this morning from Adam Grass at Circle R. He said everything is installed, but we are now waiting for the startup team to give us a date that they can send a technician out to certify the unit. As soon as he gets that date, he will let me know. And then we are done with that. And they can finally be paid, yes, Nicole?
Well, it's on site, so yeah.
Okay,
That was the big thing, is we needed to have a generator on site before we could release the funds, and it's finally here.
well, and he told me he would email me as soon as they're gonna come out and do that, and then they will also bring back our generator once that truck is fixed, because that's the only truck they have that can lift that generator.
So presently, right now, if we lose power in the town, we do not have a generator for the fire department or for here. Is that
The fire
correct?
department has one.
No,
No.
fire department runs off ours.
No, we run off the main.
Yeah.
So I think that needs to be addressed ASAP.
Mhm.
All right, I'll send them another email.
Thank you.
All right, I know last month we talked about setting a budget meeting, so we're just clarifying that, we have the 19th and 20th. Is that correct? At 5 P.M. 19th and 20th, 5 P.M. 5 p.m.
Yep.
That's what I have.
Monday, Tuesday.
And that's it.
Are we leaving the
At 5
21st
p.m.
open or just in case?
Have they been published
For notice.
or noticed?
Well, I didn't have a clarified 100% date, so
Okay.
that's what's on the agenda. Budget, so, yeah.
I know, what is like,
Oh,
that timeframe it has to be?
48 hours.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna shout them out.
So the 19th and 20th.
Yeah.
With the possibility of the 21st, if we have to go over.
I'm out of town.
It's only ever taken 2 nights,
Mhm.
we'll be all right.
You better knock on some wood over there.
Is that real?
I don't know, what's it doing?
All right, the appointee for the Indiana Dunes Tourism Board, we got a letter from Laura Mundell, who is now in that spot. And Porter has appointed them, and Chester has appointed her as well. So she's asking if she can be our representative.
I would make a motion for Mara Mundell to be named as our appointee for the Indiana Dunes Tourism Board.
Second.
Just to clarify, that's a tri-town appointment, it's not like she's.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's,
Yeah.
it has to be a joint appointment of the three communities.
There's that. Under discussion? Roll call please.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilwoman Driggs,
Yes.
Councilwoman McGrath,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarr,
Yes.
Councilman Loving.
Yes.
All right. Susan, I'm gonna mess up her last name, Aaliyah, the training.
Yeah.
Aaliyah, sorry.
So she was approved, I want to say that was at the June meeting for 80 hours of training. She is currently at 70 hours of training. And I think we have her on this agenda to see about going ahead and approving additional time for training at this time. That way we're not in the middle of a project, got 10 hours left or out of that 80-hour time frame. So I know with budgets coming up and whatnot, there's still quite a bit that needs to be done in regards to budgets and getting all of that squared away. So it was just a recommendation that I bring it to the board's attention to see about extending that contract.
It's the hourly rate.
Yeah.
And that,
I'll make a motion to extend the contract for Susan Iowa by 40 additional hours. So going from 80 to 120.
Yeah,
Yes, not to exceed 1,800.
Any other discussion? Roll call please.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilwoman Draves,
yes.
Councilman McGrath,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCart,
Yes.
Councilman Loving.
Yes.
Approval of July 2024 financial report.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Roll call please.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilwoman Draves,
Yes.
Councilman McGrath,
Abstain.
Councilwoman McCart,
Yes.
Councilman Loving.
Yes.
Approval to pay vouchers with 3 or more signatures.
So moved.
Second.
There's,
Oh, sorry.
3 purchase orders on the table. Okay.
Yeah.
You second.
Yes.
Discussion. Roll call please.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilwoman Draves,
Yes.
Councilman McGrath,
Yes.
Councilman McCart,
Abstain.
Councilman Loving.
Yes.
Approval of purchase orders submitted with 3 or more signatures.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Roll call please.
Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilwoman Draves,
Yes.
Councilman McGrath,
Yes.
Councilman McCart,
Abstain.
Councilman Loving.
Yes.
All right, old business, 2024 fire contract, I apologize, I thought it was sent to you, but it was only sent to Lisa and I just sent it to us for them today, I know. So it's pretty much the same thing as what we've had, and the only thing that we're gonna change is there were dates on there from today's date to, I think, November 30th. But we're gonna do calendar year 2024.
I make a motion to approve the fire contract that we discussed. Yeah, we changed the date,
Change of.
with the change of the date,
Change the language of the dates.
yes.
Okay.
Second, so we can discuss.
Okay, discussion.
Clay, have you reviewed this?
Yeah, it was sent to me this afternoon. It had a date from today through November 30th, and I talked to council president about this. We've been operating since the first of the year without a contract, so my suggestion was to say for calendar year 2024, rather than a date of today, because it's been since January 1st, and rather than end it November 30th, have it be for the calendar year. It's my understanding there's a desire to continue negotiations and to have contracts be renewed in November, so it's not an end of the year rush, which is fine, but I still think it would be best.
To change the verbiage, basically to change it to the end of the year
Well, they have it be for
Calendar.
calendar years, so it's clear.
of 2024,
Yeah,
okay.
and there's the payment on or by December 15th, which is fine. I think that's historically how it's been. But other than that, I don't know what other changes there were to the prior contract. I didn't get a red line even. I don't know what's different than prior years. Other than the date.
There were just some financials, that financial statement that the previous clerk treasurer wanted, but that related to it. More towards like if we were still operating the ambulance service and we are not,
Understood.
so
That's why that was,
We eliminated it.
yeah,
just went back to our contract that was prior.
Lisa, do you want to amend your motion to?
Yeah.
include Clay's language on please?
I amend my motion to change the dates to the calendar year of 2024.
Because right now it says today's date, August. To November 30th.
Okay.
He took my new one, this is an old one.
Sorry, but I.
No, I just want to read it on my phone.
Right.
With the amended language, I second.
Any other discussion?
And again, that's just to clarify the fact that we have had service from January first through today.
Yes.
It's just, you know, we're
We've done
kind of going
that.
back in time.
Mhm.
Roll call please. Councilwoman Bozak,
Yes.
Councilwoman Driggs,
Yes.
Councilman McGrath,
Yes.
Councilwoman McCarr,
Yes.
Councilman Loving.
Yes,
Great.
thank you.
You're welcome. You're
So, Madam President, number 2 is the EVP system agreement. This is the police and fire GPS software. So just for everybody in the audience, we'll brush it real quick. This is the software that allows emergency vehicles to auto trigger the lights to turn green when they approach them. So there's no buttons anymore. There's nothing that they have to push. The GPS sensors in the vehicles will auto trigger the lights to turn green for the emergency vehicles to pass. And it also auto triggers green or red if 2 emergency vehicles are approaching the intersection at the same time. So from a safety perspective, it prevents a police car from running into a fire truck. It's really what it's for. That being said, the fire chief is not here. It's his project. We would need an update from him on kind of what's going on. So I recommend that we continue that back into old business for September.
And just to clarify for everybody here, this is an interlocal agreement between Chesterton, Burns Harbor, Porter, Ogden Dunes, City of Portage, Liberty Township, Volunteer Fire Department, and Portage Township. And it covers all of the, it covers basically heavily traveled intersections in all of those communities. And the ones in Burns Harbor are US 20 and the pilot truck entrance, US 20 and 149, and State Road 149 and Tech Drive.
So we'll put that on for next time. All right. Full open positions. I already talked about the shared ethics advisory representative. But we also have an open position on sanitation. On the sanitation board, we're looking for a resident that is a registered professional engineer, just more for the background. You're not gonna be doing the engineer work. Anybody else know of any other open spots on those? We'll go through that more up. All right, go to the order. Anybody?
I have, Chief Nowacki could not make it tonight, so he asked me to bring this to you guys. Last meeting, we talked about fire department getting new computers, and you had asked him to get 2 quotes. So he got 2 quotes, one from Always a Solution and one from Brainstorm. So he wanted me to come and share these quotes with you guys.
Okay.
Just so it is on the minutes and we can figure out what we would like to do. He said he's trying to change all of the computers so they all work together, because currently they do not.
No, they do not.
So he's trying to make them all uniform to work together.
The amount that
Lisa.
Go ahead.
So to add to that, the Porter County Dispatch System is changing our CAD software for the last 2 years, but there is a launch date allegedly coming really soon. The computers they have right now will not function with the new program. The police department has been working, like ours are currently up to date, but the fire departments are not. We've already made all the internal changes as far as for the town hall in the interconnectivity with the fire department through our fiber and switching mechanisms. So we are good to go as far as the departments. But the minute they make that change, their computers, the new CAD system is not gonna work on their computers.
Okay. He did say one was a little bit obviously higher than the other. I don't think that that is in their budget either. So do we have funds, Nicole, that we could?
Back double check. So you, for me,
Yeah. He dropped off at my house yesterday because he could not come here to work.
if you forward me information, I can double check.
Okay.
And see what we've got.
is this something that we want to table for next month when he is here?
Do we know the date that they're gonna change over or switch over, Jeremy?
Do they give you like forewarning, like 30 days, 90 days?
So the first launch date was 2.5 years ago. And there's been several since then, but honestly, it's about importing the old data that's in the system, and that's where their hang up is. There's not a current launch date, but it is expected to be done by the end of the year.
Okay, but they couldn't just drop it on your lap like, hey, tomorrow. Or they, I mean, in theory, they shouldn't, but they could.
It shouldn't, but I think it's gonna be more like the end of the year.
So.
But the other thing I would say is, while your next council meeting is not until,
September,
9/11.
yeah.
but it is my understanding in a budget meeting that they could approve that, yes? Cause it is a public meeting.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we made a hire in one of those meetings, I mean. So maybe you can get more information from Chief Nowacki and make action still.
Okay,
Whatever it is, 19th or 20th for him.
are you guys okay with that? If I talk to him and get more information from him, and then when we come for our budget meeting, we can circle back to it.
That's fine, we can do that.
Yeah.
Cause he dropped it off and then he had to go to work yesterday, so I said, I'll obviously. Okay, thank you. This is just in case we approved it, so we can just pass that down to Nicole and we can just have it all together. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just add that it was the first day of school, where police officers are out. The stop arms on buses are not optional. So. Look out for the Burns Harbor PD following the buses throughout town.
The last thing I'll add, me and Chief Nowak's not here, so we both went in end of June, beginning of July, and we didn't say anything about it in the last meeting, but Phantom Fireworks donated both an amount to the Burns Harbor Police Department as well as to the Burns Harbor Fire Department. And I'd just like to thank Phantom Fireworks for thinking about us. I mean, they could have just overlooked our community, but they didn't, so we appreciate it.
Do we have a thank you card we can send them?
We got it.
You did?
Yeah, we're got it.
That was that's the appropriations transfer to stationary.
Thank you, friends.
I'll just call.
Oh, I'm
Anybody
sorry.
else? Does anybody else want to speak?
Yeah, I would.
I'm gonna have you go to the podium,
Sure.
and then if you could state your name and address, please.
Yes, ma'am.
For the minute.
My name is Chad Huffman. I live at 306 Lively Lane. I've been a resident of Burns Harbor for like 17 years now, and I'm guessing I'm not the only one that's here because of the news that they're talking about trying to put a Microsoft data center in our town. And I'd like to know what anybody on the council has to say about whether any of that rumor is true or what we know about it or don't, and the potential impact and where it's at in the planning, any info we've got. I appreciate it.
I can speak to that very, very carefully. So officially, the request was made by the petitioner to the plan commission. The plan commission has to work it through their process before anything comes to the council. So we can't really say anything until it gets to us officially, so that we're not seen as trying to influence the plan commission in any way. So I have a lot that I could tell you and want to tell you, and I'll tell you in the parking lot after this. But at this time, we can't make any comments until it gets through the plan commission and to us officially as a certified recommendation.
And just as a follow-up, when is the next meeting of the plan commission?
September 9th,
And it'll be at Dillon Falls.
Okay, thank you.
you know what time?
6 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 p.m. I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Discussion?
Roll call please. Councilman Bozak? Yes. Councilman Graves?
Yes.
Councilman Brown?
Yes.
Councilman Lepar?
Yes.
Councilman Lloyd?
Yes.